Hey, what's up, people? How's it going? All right, today I got a good one. This picture is of an RD Blockbuster, and this is when I was experimenting with bringing my 3D inward. The Blockbuster was done on 62nd, 61st, and 62nd Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue, which is Midtown Manhattan, where the upper deck of the 59th Street Bridge, the Queensboro Bridge, known nowadays as the Ed Koch Bridge, where that thing let off, that's where that was done, right into Manhattan. I've done a lot. You can almost see in that photograph right next to it is another RD where I filled it in like a leather brown and outlined it with the clover green. And that was a monster face, but can't really see it in the photograph. I could see where the D starts, but yeah. All right, so yeah, 1987. That was done. Like I said, it's called the ramp. I lived right down the block from there pretty much my whole life. A couple of doorways away from there is where I lived when I was living in Manhattan. It's where my mother lived, my brother. That's where I grew up. Call it the ramp because we always had dogs and we'd always walk the dog on the ramp. And then underneath the ramp, where the bridge comes up and the 61st Street, the cars go by under it. Right there was like one of the very first recycling places where you could bring your bottles and get them recycled. That's also where, if you look at my shorts, you'll see I did a big RD Blockbuster there that's backwards, but you could barely see it. They actually just painted it the other day. It was there, it literally faded away. It never got buffed or nothing. It just was there so long it faded to the point you couldn't even see it no more. Yeah, it's a long time. But this one here was done 1987, and it says Dominique with a heart. And now Dominique was this lady, Catherine Landau. She was the girl that you would see. There was a big poster, maybe the late 70s, early 80s. There was a poster of Captain America holding a woman. Well, that's the woman. That was her. She's older than me. I was 1987. I was 18, 19 years old. 1987. Yeah, I think I was born in 68, 78, 88. I was 19 years old when I did that. I wrote Dominique in it. And yeah, I used to go out with her. She was probably about 30 something at that point in life. Yeah. And what else could I say about it? Yeah, I started to do my 3D going inwards like this. You see how I do my 3D here? You know, my signature style. That's how I started bringing it in. You could see this is early experimentation of that when I started to kind of experiment with the idea. Because, like I said, I saw a lot of Kit 17, stuff like that, Comet, Blade. A lot of those guys would bring their 3D inward like this. And, and being I had two letters, I thought it would be great. It'd make the letters look like they're like, see my fist, act like they're the letters. Ugh. You get me? Like this would be the 3D here coming through, you know? That shit would be cool. And that's kind of what I go for. Hey, like that, you can probably see it better, right? You got me? How the 3D goes in. Instead of doing it here and then doing it here, I like to bring it in. When you bring it in like that, faster, it's more efficient. It's easier to do real quick. Just fill everything in black, bring the 3D in, and that picture you see right there, 1987, that's when the trains were still going. That spot was a couple of buildings away from where I lived. So that was pretty much where I experimented. And I'd fuck around and come up with new ideas and stuff right there on that spot. It's called the ramp. Also, my pediatrician was in that building when I was a child. My pediatrician, my doctor, Dr. De Silvia, was the doctor there. You know, you go in the office and everything. And I remember once or twice they actually saw me writing graffiti out the window. Never really said nothing, didn't complain to my mother or nothing like that. But at this particular time, I'm already 18, 19 years old. It's the beginning of when I would do RDs with the 3D coming in like I just explained. Yeah. All right. Now, being it's getting close to the summertime, I'm going to stop posting like I always do for the summer. I enjoy my summers. I like to do things and go outside, swimming and go to the beach, stuff like that. I don't want to be cooped up and doing these videos all fucking summer. Yeah, it's like for me to talk like in the summertime, it gets to be a bit much. Like in the winter, I don't care. I'll do my channel. I'm pretty much hunkered down for the winter time anyway. I go to work, I come back, this and that. So it's somewhat of a way for me to pass my time. Like I don't come on here and try and become like some fancy influencer that's making money off this. To be truthful with you, on my Patreon, I make $96 a month, which is good. I'm thankful for that. I buy little things like I bought this laptop and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just really me coming on here and passing the time and talking. And that's about all I could say about it. It's I'm 55 years old. I'm talking about what just this thing alone, 1987. I'm talking about when I'm 17, 18 years old. It gets a bit much just talking about graffiti every fucking week and having to prepare an episode to come on here every single week. And in the summer, I just can't promise that I'll be able to do that. So I shut it down for the summer. And it's like I said, I'm not really in it for all these subscribes and stuff like that. However, it's fun and it's nice and it helps me gauge my improvement and if I'm actually getting through to people and people are enjoying and engaging in my conversation. So for that, yeah, it helps. And of course, it also helps if you follow my Patreon link on there. I will continue to post videos on my Patreon. I couldn't think of the word of videos, but I'll continue to post on my Patreon, being the fact that they're paying me $5, and I enjoy, going on there, and I could get into things I don't really get into on here, also, which helps a little bit on my Patreon. Like I'm a little more free, I'm a little more able to talk shit, and I feel as if for some reason, being it's not put out to the public that it kind of goes under radars. So I feel like I could curse more. I could get into people a little bit more and stuff. And, that's what I do on my Patreon. If that might be interesting to you, you can continue following me throughout the summer on my Patreon. Also, if I get any more news on like my trailer being dropped for my documentary thing that's coming out, I'll hit it up on my YouTube here and on my Patreon and stuff like that. It's still in the works. I don't know, I haven't been touching base. They were working on music or something like that. I'm not into rap music, so it's tossing and turning type thing. Yeah, but it's getting there. It's doing what it's doing, and hopefully I'll have some more updates throughout the summer on that for you guys. What else can I say? Yeah, like I said, I'm 55 years old. Come on here every day, every week, and it takes time. I got to sit there. I got to think about something. I got to look at pictures and this and that, edit it. My son, he don't help me at all no more. He's in his room there painting and stuff. And so I really, it takes up time. And in the summer, I can't be doing that shit, man. Come on, have a fucking heart, people. You know what I mean? Like for real, man. I want to sit the fuck out, go to Central Park, sit in the grass, smoke a nice fat joint, man. I want to paint some paintings too. You know, like Marvel got so fucked up, man. Marvel and DC, like there's no character I could think of. Who the hell's calling me? See, that's why I don't like these phones, man. But it ain't bothering you, right? Right. Yeah, Marvel, DC, they're fucked up now. And you know how many characters I used to draw and paint from those things? Right here, it was behind me, a Wolverine, stuff like that. I draw Wolverine, even like Batman. So Batman, you can't go wrong. But I want to draw, what all this boils down to is I want to paint a nice painting of Captain America. Because like, yeah, he's doomed. Like as far as it goes with the way the world is now, a male. in America and Captain and all that shit. Yeah, it's a done character. At least in my opinion, like with the way the world is now with this whole woke thing, about is it toxic males and stuff like that. So I want to do fucking like a nice dope ass Captain America, even if it's just a profile of him. I want to get in like real, like a character, like a human face. Maybe even take some photos of myself and somehow use that shit as like a reference, or go through some magazines and get like the good jawline, and like I want to get in on that shit. I was just thinking about that, like a nice Captain America, almost like a mugshot, like a headshot you would see on some ID or something. With the ears and shit like that. Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah. But other than that, I can't think of any character like that I'd want to paint from any of that shit. I mean, you still got what, Popeye, Betty Boop, shit like that, right? Hanna-Barbera's hanging in there, right? Scooby-Doo, shit like that, But yeah, man, it's like, wow. Star Wars, gone! All right, people, take care of yourselves. Yo, enjoy your summer, man. Yeah, have some good times out there, man. Oh yeah. Once I retire, I could be like Carl Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Remember that TV show where he was like running around investigating vampires and shit? Yeah, I could do that. I could go around, look for vampires and shit. Yeah, yeah. It'll be like Scooby Doo. Yeah, video that shit. Yeah, you see, once I retire, I know I keep clicking off and then coming back on. But seriously, once I retire, then I could come on this shit every day, all day. But right now I put in my fucking work hours and then I come home and during the week, just in the summer, I just want to chill. And I think that's what keeps my little thing going here. That's the way I always got enough energy. And I go through it and through it. And right around June, I do really start being like, blah, blah. I'm ready for a break on this shit. And I think it works good that I take the summers off. It's almost like a TV show. They're seasonal, right? All right, people. Take care of yourselves. Yo, have a good summer once again, man. All right.